What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, I hope I pronounced this right. Making their debut on the channel tonight. I hope I pronounced it right. We have Ignea. Yes, indeed. How about that? Ignea making their debut on the channel. This is a request from Insolent Umbrella, and this is actually one of Insolent Umbrella's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Insolent Umbrella. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Insolent Umbrella wanted to see me react to this song by Ignea called Disenchantment. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. I've never even heard of this band before, so I can't imagine this song's going to resonate with me in any way. However, there is always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing, and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this now, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Ignea Band, okay? And the video has 576,907 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Ignea Disenchantment official video. Wah, wah, wah. Look, I'm not saying it's going to be blocked for sure. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is whenever we use an official video, especially when it comes off the band's official page, the chances, the odds of the video getting blocked are higher. So I'm not saying it's going to get blocked, but I'm saying the chances are higher. So hopefully we'll do everything we can. I'll have to pause quite a bit, and hopefully we won't get blocked. We'll see. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
So far, so good. I see the symphonic metal intricacies happening. Great use of strings. The intro was really nice, actually. It was really nice. Before the band kicked in, just having the strings playing like that. It was really cool. It was really nice. I dug it. Felt good. It was a great transition from that intro, that symphonic instrumentational intro, into the band kicking in. It felt good. It felt natural. It didn't feel forced. It wasn't like, oh my God, you know. No, we all saw it coming, and and when it did happen, it was just a very smooth transition. So really, really nice. We're in 6/8. probably my favorite time signature. I love 6/8. I just love how 6/8 feels. Really nice. So far, so good. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
We saw it coming, betrayals are part of this world, yet without doubts, we brought you our precious notes, living in balance, divine and terrestrial realms, we're like recollections, but now the connection is trapped. Fire of life was a gift.
Okay.
We brought to your lips. You talk so yours in the death. We had enough of your worships. We now do not care. My other gods in your brain.
I love that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Great subdividing. Great subdividing. Great accents. Great attacks. Love that. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's catchy. That is absolutely catchy. It's helping to keep the song fresh and moving forward. Okay, yeah, okay. The vocals surprised me. It's one thing when you hear a vocalist. It doesn't matter if it's a guy or a gal. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if it's male or female, man or woman. Doesn't matter. When you start with grit and growl and you go to clean, is it a surprise? Yeah, it's a surprise. But it's more impactful and it's more shocking. And it's far more impactful, I personally think, when you start clean and then go to grit and growl like she did. I didn't see that coming. Especially considering the fact that this has like a symphonic metal feel. I thought she was going to stay clean the whole time since she started clean. I was like, okay, and she's really good at it too. So I was thinking, okay, it's going to be this type of style of vocals the entire way. Did not see the grit and growl coming. And it got me. It got me. I will freely admit it got me. Really well done too. She's got the power. She's got the drive. Her grit and growl is nice. It's not overly, distorted. It's not so distorted you can't hear what she's saying, and there's still, even within the grit and growl, she still has those melodic undertones underneath it. They're hidden. You gotta look for them, but they're there. They are there. So good on her. Let's keep going here.
Electrical sparks are a void.
Like that bass tone.
But ultimately you destroy wires upon of your foolish and blasphemous minds. You're still below. We're apart.
Great fill. Great fill from the drummer right there. Really nice. Very tight, very tasteful. I like in that verse how the guitar's laid out. And it was just keyboard and bass, and obviously drums. Keyboard, bass, and drums along with the vocals. But the guitar's completely laid out. I like that. And I'll explain why I like that. It's for a very simple reason. Thinking ahead is what it really comes down to. So you had the whole verse, right? The first half, no guitars. Bass, keyboard, drums, vocals. Give it a nice, softer tone, but still driving forward. Still had life, still had the pulse. The bass pushing the pulse forward with the drums, while the keyboard just kind of filled out the sound and filled it out and add the color. Really nice. And the vocals with those harmonies, man, is nice. Then the second half verse kicked in, and in comes the guitar, adding another layer on top of a already layered verse. How cool is that? So you go from having you have the vocal layer, you have the drum layer, obviously, you have the keyboard layer filling out the sound, and the bass kind of mixing in with the drums, driving it forward. You add this, now you have the guitar, reinforcing what the guitar and what the bass and drums are doing, but with a different tonal approach, obviously. Always good when bands do that. They have those staggered entrances, man. It's really good. I love it when bands do that, especially when they're able to take a section of the song, like a verse, and break it up like that. It's cool, man. I dig it. 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 Let's keep going.
You're still below where I
Drummer went overdrive right there, boy. Woo! That double kick was wicked. And here's the thing about that. Like, sometimes when drummers take off like that, and they'll start going faster, right? Not from a tempo standpoint, but certainly from a feel standpoint. Usually that changes the entire feel of the song, and you get this double time feel, right? That didn't happen. It stayed in that straight 6/8 slow feel, despite the fact the drummer took off. That's attributed to two things. One, the drummer didn't take over. He kind of stepped back a little bit while playing aggressively. Don't get me wrong. He's still playing very aggressively and getting his double. Actually, that might be more like a quadruple time feel. But it took off like a shot. But he didn't take over the song. And not everybody followed him. Everybody else stayed back on that straight time feel, which was really cool, man. That was a great job. I like it when bands do that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it when bands play with feel. But I also can appreciate when the band as a whole doesn't switch feel, but like one person, like in this case, the drummer, it has to be the drummer. Anybody else does it, it doesn't sound right. Like if the drummer had stayed, if he had stayed there and the guitar players took off like a shot, I'll be honest with you, I might have found that irritating. I'm thinking about it in my head. I'm trying to imagine how that would have sounded. No, that doesn't sound good to me at all. But the drummer doing it, it works. As long as, like I said, the drummer doesn't take over and drive everybody with him and drag them kicking and screaming, "Come with me!" They're not doing that. No, he took off on his own. Everybody else kept going, and that's cool. I dug it. It worked. It definitely worked. I'm digging everything about this. I really am. Let's keep going here. Let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review. how we started? Love that. I love it when bands are able to finish the song the way they started, coming around full circle. I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, obviously, I think by now everybody's figured out that I enjoyed this. I don't think that's any big surprise. The question is, how much did I enjoy it? Let me think about that, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was, I hope I pronounced the name of this band right. That was Ignea with Disenchantment. This was a request from Insolent Umbrella, and this was actually one of Insolent Umbrella's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Insolent Umbrella. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that an 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I enjoyed this. I absolutely enjoyed this. This is definitely a band I'm going to have to look into more. If I don't get more requests for these guys, that's fine. I will go and I will find on my own, and I will enjoy them in my own time. I'll hold off for a little bit, obviously, to see if people want to request more from these guys, so we can do, more genuine reactions. But, once I get the album and I listen to it, it's no longer going to be a genuine reaction, unfortunately. So I'll hold off for a bit, see if people want more from these guys. But, yeah. there was not a single thing about this I didn't like. I loved everything about this, okay? I'm not going to try to hide it. I'm not going to try to be coy. I'm just going to gush, all right? I'm just going to gush. So, wasn't it great that the song, first of all, was in 6/8? I love that. Absolutely love that. We're in B, one of my favorite keys. Not my absolute favorite key. I'm a big fan of D, but, B works as well. It's my second favorite key. So we're in B, drop B, sounded good. The chordal structure on this song flowed so well. Everything made sense. Nothing sounded out of place. Nothing sounded like it didn't belong. Nothing felt forced or shoehorned. Everything flowed like a river. It was fantastic. The tempo on this, great tempo for 6/8. Not too fast, not too slow. Just a really nice tempo for 6/8. The songwriting on this was fantastic. It really was. I got no issue with the songwriting whatsoever. Let's talk about the musicianship. The drumming on this, really nice. Really nice. A lot of great tom work and fills. Not relying too much on cymbals like I've heard other drummers do. I think you know the drummers I'm talking about. If you don't, go back and watch some of my other reaction videos, and I'm sure you'll see the drummers I'm talking about. Don't ask me who it is. I'm not going to, no, you do your work. I did my job. You go do yours. If you want to find out who it is, go watch some other videos. No, but a really nice play. Don't get me wrong. He had some great cymbal usage. Don't get me wrong. But he didn't over-rely on them like some of those other drummers I'm talking about do. He relied more on the skins. He relied more on the toms, the snare, the kick, and I appreciate that. I absolutely do. Loved the part where he took off like a shot and left the band behind. Loved that. And he did so well. And like I said earlier, he did it in a way that he didn't take over the song and drive it and drag everybody with him. No, he went and did his thing. Everybody else kept the song going, and that's cool. I got no issue with that whatsoever. The bass playing on this, I can actually hear the bass. I can actually hear the bass on this. Great tone. Very presence-based and shape-based. Not so much from an EQ standpoint, but more from like a, I don't know, maybe a little bit of an envelope, possibly. But it sounded very mid-range, very flat-lined as far as the EQ goes. I didn't hear a smile curve. It wasn't like the lows were here and the highs were here and the mids were down here. No, it wasn't that. It was far more subtle. But a great tone nonetheless. Maybe it was just presence possibly, or maybe some sort of a shaping with the waveform or something like that. I don't know, but it was a great tone nonetheless. I absolutely dug it. Let's see what else. Guitars sounded thick, crunchy, loved it. No guitar solo, interesting, but that's okay. Look, not every song needs a shredding guitar solo. Not every song needs a guitar solo, period. So no, I could absolutely appreciate what the guitar player did. Great accents. I'm going to talk about all those in just a second. No, but the guitar work on this was fine. I had no issue with it whatsoever. Keyboards, great job filling out the sound, giving that extra oomph as far as giving that fullness and the richness to the sound. So great job on his part, using some great patches. The strings, I don't know if that was coming from the keyboard player or that was just track. I'm not 100% sure. That might have been done in Pro Tools for all I know. It could very well have been the keyboardist, and if it was, kudos to him. The vocalist, what a great job she did. I dig her. I dig her style. Got some very great, outstanding, clean vocals. Kind of has a sweetness to it a little bit. And then out of nowhere, flip, and you got the grit and growl. The first time she did that, I did not see it coming. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It did catch me by surprise. I'm sure you probably saw it on my face. But yeah, it caught me off guard. Good for her. Surprise, surprise. And she did both really well. I am going to be honest. I am leaning more toward her clean vocals. I think her clean vocals are better than her grit and growl. Now, don't get me wrong. Her grit and growl was nice. It was well done, strong, had those melodic undertones underneath like I look for. I do look for those. But I honestly, just me personally, I prefer her clean vocals just a little bit more. Let's talk about one of the biggest selling points for this. Those subdivisions. So clean, so well done, so necessary to keep the song from going stale, and very well thought out as far as placement, not overly used. See, here's the thing. I love subdivided attacks like this, especially when they're synchronized subdivided attacks like that, where everybody's in unison. I love that. But not if it's overdone. And this was not overdone. They had it strategically placed at the end of each transition from the verse into pre-chorus, I believe it was. Or was it into the chorus? I'm not sure if that was pre-chorus or chorus. I'm not sure. But they didn't use it too often. They only used it like 3 or 4 times through the entire song. So, great job on their part. Very smart thinking, very smart songwriting. No, I dug everything about this song. There was nothing about this song I did not enjoy. And that is why it is getting the 8.7. So, 8.7, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys feel like ringing the bell, then go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference to me, but if you feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.